The American Revolution was an exciting and important period in history when 13 brave American colonies decided they wanted to be independent from British rule. Imagine if you and your friends wanted to make your own rules at school, but the principal in a faraway city made all the decisions without asking you. Well, that's kind of what happened between the American colonies and Britain. The people in the colonies felt that it was unfair to be taxed and controlled by a king far across the ocean. They wanted to have a say in how they were governed. This struggle for independence started around 1775. The people in the colonies were already forming their own identities and becoming more different from their British rulers across the sea. They wanted freedom to live their lives and make their own choices. But the king didn't want to let them go that easily. One famous event during this time was the Boston Tea Party in 1773. People in Boston were angry about paying taxes on tea, so they snuck onto ships and dumped all the tea into the water. This showed they were serious about wanting freedom. As the conflict grew, words turned into actions, and soon battles began, like the famous battles at Lexington and Concord. Brave people like George Washington and Thomas Jefferson led the fight for freedom. After many struggles and years of fighting, the colonies finally won. They signed the Declaration of Independence on July 4th, 1776, a document that announced to the world that they were a free and independent nation no longer under British rule. Even though the fighting continued for a few more years, this was a huge step toward the freedom they wanted. The war ended in 1783 with a treaty that made Britain recognize the United States as its own country. This meant that the American Revolution wasn't just about battles. It was about creating a country where people could have the freedom to choose their leaders and live as they wanted. And that's why we celebrate independence on the 4th of July every year. In the end, the American Revolution was more than just a war. It was a bold and exciting start for a new nation based on freedom and the idea that everyone should have a say in how they're governed. It inspired people all around the world, showing that big changes can happen when people come together for a common cause.